Coach Churros Go loading in alongside Smoke Phase, Dronis, and Wattage 24 for the Shockers. Smoke Phase meeting up against Wattage over in the midfield. GCG off to a strong start, grabbing the ball straight off the kickoff. Can't quite get it past Dronis, and it's going to force it back to the corner where Smoke Phase tries to block off against that aggression from Wattage, but you can just see it's too fast and too pressuring. He just can't find a way to get that open enough, and just enough to get it straight into that net there from Wattage. A good opening shot as the Shockers off to a strong 1-goal lead 10 seconds in. Dronis looking to make it a 2-goal lead as traveling up the field, catching the ball off the backboard, isn't quite able to connect. Smoke Phase now going to be looking for the equalizer. It's Wattage, but he can't quite read out the dribble play, and just like that, Smoke Phase taking it all the way back up from the midfield and completely outplaying Wattage 24 on the defense. So it's equalized up here, and only 23 seconds in. Gonna be a high-scoring game between these teams. You can already tell 4-1, 3-2. These are not exactly the people that are struggling to get wins. As Wattage's nice shot from the midfield denied on the back end. GCG a little bump to try to open up a shot, but Wattage to clear. So it's back into the blue end. Oh, and GCG, you can see they're sneaking it just by. Smoke Phase running a little bit of defense, trying just to block off that remaining player. Dronis tries to get a lot of opportunistic, hits it over towards mid, where now Dronis looks to try to play it towards the wall. GCG actually given a little bit of room to work with, getting corralled out. Smoke Phase just completely locking Dronis out of the play, but now falling back. Ooh, a boom over into the right field. GCG falls, but Smoke Phase with a potential play tries to sneak it in, but can't quite get the angle. It's close, but no cigar. And GCG, another attempted shot, just touched away by Dronis. And now you can see it's a play down towards the blue end. Wattage does get the ball in there, but it's up onto the wall. Smoke Phase, a long commitment from the midfield, but is able to get back in time. Is now looking to try to play this up midfield. Wattage catching, is able to start redirecting this, and might even be able to get a goal, and he does. Just can't get back in time there from the Wambulance side, as Wattage getting a dribble play of his own on open net. Smoke Phase does what he can, but he just can't get there in time. So 3 minutes 20 and a 1-goal lead regained here from the Shockers. Wambulance looking to equalize again. Smoke Phase get it in the corner, looking to get it over to GCG, but can't connect, and now this looks like it might be a 2-goal lead as, yep, Smoke Phase just not able to get back. And Wattage, a hat trick so far for him to get 3 on the board for the Shockers. Of course, a very open net there, so not much Dronis could do there unless he just wanted to steal it away. But very well played so far from the Shockers, just denying any sort of offense towards the orange end. You can see that one breakaway. They're not really allowing too much more here. Smoke Phase trying to get it over to GCG, and the pass actually connects with a shot to the corner. Dronis only half a tank, so just waiting, seeing if he can get something, and he does. He sneaks it by Smoke Phase. Now it's just GCG on the defense, and they're looking to see if they can try to open something up, and Smoke Phase downfield. It's over to the wall. Actually, very much a potential to score, and Smoke Phase does not miss those as a very nicely played lob. Just catches it straight off the wall, gets it up onto the hood of his car, and just a nice little flip to avoid that defender, and the 2-goal gap closes to 1 as we're about to enter halftime. And ooh, what a nice skin there from Dronis. I'm not sure what that one is, but it is drippy as all hell. Wattage trying to play up midfield, gets a little bit of a dribble going, but it's going to fall back off. Now it's over to Wattage trying to play against Smoke Phase, but Smoke winning it out. Back over into the blue end, and GCG forced to fall back. Ooh, gonna be able to actually touch that past Dronis, you thought. But Dronis adjusting in time, and what a forced pinch to get it back in the orange end. GCG just being an absolute menace, even though he has 0 boosted. Smoke Phase, an opportunist as ever, coming through and taking complete advantage of that opportunity. And you gotta say, GCG, what a good play to just aggress even with 0 boost and open up something there where surely there was nothing. So an equalized game only 23 seconds into the second half, ironically where we saw ourselves equalized in the first half. GCG looking just to make it a lead just as quickly, but it's already having to fall back as Wattage gets this ball into the corner, starts trying to dribble it out, but GCG gonna regain control. A back pass over to Smoke Phase, a little bit of a risky play that close to the net, but it pays off, you think. And now, well, it looks like Wattage could get a little bit more aggressive with it if he chose, but decided to fall off. Smoke Phase killing that towards mid, a little bit shorter midfield than he would have liked, but following through so fast, and they just can't save it. And you could tell initially they thought that it was going to be a crossbar shot here, the Shockers. They kind of adjust just to play it off the wall, and then you can see the exact moment Wattage realizes that might be going in, and he just cannot get up in time. So 90 seconds and the Wambulance take the lead. They are looking to pit their 4-1 record to a 5-1. But there is definitely some trouble brewing as the Shockers looking electrifying, but they need to try and get some shots. They put up a strong early game presence, but just have allowed so much offense out of the Wambulance boys in this last half. Ooh, the fake out from Smokeface opens up a shot, and actually, he just gets it in all himself. And let's look at the scoreboard real quick, because right now it's just a smoke show coming out from this man. 5 goals and a 5-3 lead. And GCG, he hasn't been doing nothing. I mean, you remember the previous goal was opened up entirely by GCG, but just every single time Smokeface seems to get that ball in front of the orange net, he seems incapable of missing that shot. Was a little bit of a missed save there from GCG, but no shot to follow through on the capitalization. So 48 seconds, and we see the Wambulance guys up 2 goals. We need to get one here fast, the Shockers, and Dronis gonna have a 1v1 in his end, but it's into the corner, and now bouncing mid. Smokeface can't quite redirect it into the goal, but GCG tries to retain possession, ends up having to give it up a bit, but is looking still to fight here against Wattage. Eventually has to let him pass on the inside, but it is going to be back to GCG in the corner. Dronis trying to figure out if he can play anything here, but an infield pass opens up a shot, and it's a forced save from Wattage. The 40 seconds down to 14 as Dronis tries to get this off the wall, get some sort of double touch opportunity, and for their effort, they get it into the blue end, but with only 5 seconds, and the ball still easily 50 meters from goal. We're gonna see maybe a follow through. Nice little attempt at a ceiling shot, but it will be called the Wambulance taking game 1. A very well played match, slipped away from the Shockers. They were off to a strong start. We'll see if they can fight back into game 2. So we're about to load in here to game 2. Call the Wambulance currently up 1-0 in the series. And just to make sure everybody's aware, here in Division 10, there are more than 16 teams. However, both of these teams easily qualified for playoffs, no matter the outcome of this match. So both of them are going to make it through to the best of 7s. So it's not exactly the most tense match in the world. They don't have a ton that they have to play for, but of course, it's more fun when you're having fun, and you have fun when you're winning. And GCG comes through. Smokeface tries to make a little play there, and I thought for a second he was going to, and Wattage, a good attempt to get a ball away, ends up opening a goal for GCG, who says, yes indeed, I do have more fun when I'm winning. So let's keep doing that. Another early lead for the Wambulance boys. They didn't get it in the first half last time, but they were off to a strong start from the second half on. Ooh, and GCG, a rare miss on the defense, but it is going to come through. Luckily, no goal to capitalize. Another miss from GCG. Seems to be rushing his shots just ever so slightly. Smoke phase. Again, just not going to allow a goal. But it's over. GCG as well, just not able to read that off the wall. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Wonder if maybe just something caught him off guard or something, but just caught completely off guard on that wall. And Smoke phase, he saved a few, but just can't save them all. It gets caught over his head, and it's an equalizer for the Shockers. So it's back over to the wall. Smoke phase trying to pressure this, wins it out actually. Could get something off of this follow. Isn't quite able to do it. Wattage doesn't read that clear, but he is going to be back in time to put some pressure on the blue end. Smoke phase No boost, but the ball wide. Only 12 again, and that ball's gonna go mid. That's a risky play. Gets bumped into it as well, so orange side giving them a little bit of a handicap, and Smokeface trying just to open up the goal, and he does, but no shot. Boom into the corner though, as Wattage coming through. Follow through pinch, but GCG respectful distancing away. It's going to be a hit from Wattage over to the midfield, touched by GCG, and believe this can be a follow from Wattage. It bounces low, but he doesn't quite expect it. It's going to be hit into a 50, and now GCG trying to read it off the wall. Doesn't quite, but he does land in time to redirect. Getting it over to his teammate. A shot near, but luckily not opening up a boomer towards the blue goal, so they are able to fall back, and that lob might be in, and it is. And Smokeface, his best efforts to steal the ball away and keep it away from the goal end up working against him. Passes it straight into Dronis mid-flip, and it's a slow lob straight under that top crossbar to get the Shockers back to a 1-goal lead. 3 minutes 16 on the clock. Just under 200 seconds, and Dronis off the ceiling, looks to play a bit. GCG looking to play the same game. But Smokeface has a little bit of a different one in mind, goes up for a double touch, can't hit it. Lands on Wattage, the demo, and now this throws Dronis off. He has to fall back and retain possession. So the demo gonna potentially steal away a goal from the Shockers. And Wattage, a redirect so close to sneaking a goal behind, but it's not going to come through. Dronis just a little bit too high there, but he gets it off the follow. And it actually was closer than I thought it was initially going to be on the first shot. I thought that was an easy crossbar, ends up touching the inside a bit, but the follow through's there, and if he's going to use the crossbar, might as well bank it in, and he does. So 3-1. We're almost into the halftime mark, but if you remember from game one, we saw a similar story there too, with Call the Wambulance dropping 3-1 in the first half and picking it back up to win 5-3. Of course, a majority of the goals being scored by Smokeface himself, who's looking to open it up again. GCG had opened up a few of those goals in the last half, or in the last game, sorry, so we're seeing if he can do it again. Doesn't quite redirect that one on, and Dronis has to come through. Gets it to the wall. Bouncing off, no connection, but Smokeface was trying to play it off him. Gets it off the fall away, though, and luckily, Wattage still able to keep control here, but it looks like he was just going to steal that ball away. Touched off GCG. It's back over mid. It's bouncing high. Smokeface to follow. Redirects it on, but a lucky touch on the goal line is not enough to deny it. Wattage getting that ball by the skin of his teeth and rolls it along the goal line. A beautiful shot from Smokeface, and luckily GCG there to secure it. Would have been that would have been just heartbreaking if that got saved that way, but that's how the game is played. Smokeface forcing out a 50 back towards the orange goal. It's going to get hit against GCG, bouncing it back over towards the net, but not redirecting it on into the corner. And now GCG trying to see if he can win out against Dronis. Decides that the timing works out in his favor, and they double commit a bit into this end, but so far into the goal, just caught off guard. No way to save it there from the Shockers, and dare I say it, we might be seeing a repeat of game one. An early 3-1 lead has evaporated. We're at a tie game with only 88 seconds to go. Dronis gets possession off the kickoff. Smokeface, though, a fast follow and a back flip to get it in front of the goal, and GCG was trying to see if he'd be able to line it up, just denies a boomer, gets it deeper into the orange end, and Dronis finally getting it out, over into the blue, onto the wall, and off to Wattage, who gets it mid to GCG, and a back flip to take possession. Dronis back onto the wall, and now to the corner, just seeing if he can roll this in, and gets it mid, but Wattage just a little bit too far back to take advantage. So 60 seconds, the offense finally starting to pick back up here from the Shockers, and not a second too soon, because there's only 45 to go, and they need to find a goal to get themselves back into this and not let the Wambulance go up 4-3. Nobody wants the Wambulance called on him, but it looks like Smokeface is looking to deliver. Denied by Wattage on the goal line, and now trying to play this mid. Almost reads that lob, doesn't, and Dronis to play it. It's back to the wall, back to the corner. Wattage trying to beat out for a fast center, ends up giving it to GCG. It's back into this corner again. It's going to be caught. 100 boost going Smokeface's way. The half flip to take possession right back. But GCG trying to be aggressive here, gets a bump onto Wattage. That opens up Smokeface for a boom, but it looks like outside of potentially a last-second goal here, that's going in. That's right along the goal line, and they just kill it right at the buzzer. So 3-3, we see overtime, and the Shocker is going to be thanking their gods that that worked out, because Dronis has to be, you know, a sigh of relief for both of them, really. That was right along the goal line. That almost certainly should have been a buzzer beater. That just shows you how dangerous GCG and Smokeface are when you get them into the same game. Go Churros Go, of course. Also a representative Big Dinner FC, and is going to also just sneak that one away as Wattage gifted a whole open goal and maybe a little bit too aggressive here. A double commit too far into the orange end. And call the Wambulance gifting away a game as 30 seconds into overtime, the Shockers equalize the series 1-1. So an equalized game after dropping a very early lead, so the Shockers going to be breathing a sigh of relief as they do get themselves one to head up the Wambulance. But it's essentially a best of three, essentially a reset game. So 3 more games to go potentially. But whoever wins the next one, going to, of course, have a huge advantage. Loading here into Game 3, call the Wambulance. After almost sealing up a buzzer beater, they allow a game to slip away. No 3-0 here today. And whoever wins this one, going to be looking to get their next and final win of IGL regulation with a 2-1 advantage. Smokeface to follow. Wins it over to the corner. Wattage getting bumped along, trying to see if he can read this off the roll. Not quite able to do it. No boost means he has to go at his momentum, and without much, Dronis getting this all the way upfield, doesn't connect onto the corner. That allows GCG enough time to get back, get this ball out, and now Smokeface tries to take control. Wattage finally warming up to his antics, aware that that play is coming out and is able to deny, but now Dronis has to try to keep this ball on his car, and he does. Gets it over, trying to redirect that into the net, and a beautiful shot and a finisher from Wattage to get an early lead 50 seconds in. But as always, this is something we've seen time and time again from the Shockers. That was also a confirmed shot in, I'm pretty sure, from Dronis, so good shot from both players. But we're gonna see. Wambulance, they've equalized in both games so far. Is this finally the time where the Shockers find something to differentiate themselves? And Wattage just going to do it all himself, takes it straight off the kickoff, full boost, and says, you know what? Wonder if I can just do a little bit of that. And Smokeface not able to get up in time. So a 2-goal lead. We've seen multiple 2-goal leads so far from these guys. We got to see how long they can hold it. And so far, just seems like the name of the game is defense by offense, because they are so aggressive in this end. And what a nice shot from Dronis. A back pass from his teammate and a double touch. A beautiful read on a double touch nonetheless. And Smokeface, he's just not ready to have to jump up for that one. Thought it was an easily saved ball from GCG. And this time, a 3-0 lead, as seems like a much more dominating start out from the Shockers. They are upset that it has been taking them this long to get games on board. Thought maybe that'd be a backflip shot from GCG, but it's not. And no follow through, as it's going to be a lobber. Slow, not quite into the goal, but cleared away by Smokeface. Ooh, and clipping the car there. Wattage getting the kill to deny this offense, as now Smokeface has to fall back, and GCG missing. I mean, Smokeface is going to have to save, but he gets the shot. It's over. To GCG, it's rolling though, and Smokeface, ooh, a miss from Wattage opens up something, but Smokeface just doesn't expect it. So it's going down in front of the goal, hitting over to the wall, and another demo onto GCG from Wattage to just kill this offense. Off the top crossbar, it's bouncing mid, and Wattage won't miss. A 4-0 lead, and The Shockers look like the first 2 games was just warm-up for them. They had some dominating leads early, and it seems like they've figured out that the best way to win is just to go at it with dominating offense and not allow any shots on their own. So far, Call the Wambulance looking completely shut out. GCG gets it over mid. Dronis a quick interception. A quick follow-through sought from Smoke Phase, and there you go. The first one on the board here from Call the Wambulance. They were very close to just having their own Wambulances called, but they're able to sneak one out. It's still 3 goals to go, though, but with 3 minutes left and how this series has gone so far, you can't exactly say it looks impossible. A miss from GCG on the goal line. It's going to leave Smoke Phase with the ball on this wall. Has to try to play it out. Does get the follow-up hit. And now Wattage to kill. Catches it. Tries to roll it up. A 54, so that's bouncing towards goal. Thought that might go in for a second. Smoke Phase, no follow-through, but leaves an open goal for GCG, and he's not going to miss those, as claiming up a second for Call the Wambulance, as we're only 14 seconds off the halftime mark, and well, I don't need to tell you how good Call the Wambulance has been in their second halves. Shockers get an early 4-goal lead, but it's starting to slip away. They're still up by 2. So if they can just keep up that aggression and keep the denial that they had for so far into the first half, they should be golden to take this 2-1 lead, but a hit mid. It opens up Smoke Phase, Wattage to save to the corner, and GCG to follow. Gets it over, it's rolling along the top crossbar, and a miss from Dronis makes that 2-goal lead drop to 1, and say it ain't so. Call the Wambulance almost equalizing an early 4-0 lead. We've seen them equalize 3-1s all series long, but a 4-0 is something new. About 140 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for him to get that one more, but you can see trying to get aggressive yet again. The Shockers, they know where their strengths are. They just need to try to beat out these defensive players and open up the goal, but they have to be careful not to open up their own. Wattage back to defend. Is trying to follow this ball, investing a lot of boost though, and Smoke Phase just going to kill it into the corner, killing it over Dronis as well, and you can see how much boost is being invested. GCG catches, doesn't redirect it on, but it's back to the wall. And now Wattage trying to play this mid, but it's just a pass down to nobody, and Smoke Phase going to take full advantage, faking out. 0 boost, so that's all he can do, but it does get Dronis off the ball. Gets a bump, a forced bump from Wattage, and that's going to allow that ball to miss off target. Very aggressive and very good car control onto the enemy team there, coming out of Smoke Phase just to deny any sort of aggression towards that goal. Might be the entire reason we didn't see the goal lead open back up, but the goal lead, gotta be said, is still there. A close shot from GCG almost vaporizes it, but Wattage looking to expand it ever so slightly. Can't quite sneak it past Smoke Phase a little too fast, but they do still need to find a goal here on the Call the Wambulance side, and GCG 0 boost. Falling back, Smoke Phase gets a hit, gets the boost as well, but GCG was going for that. Could have been a disastrous situation as the ball free falling in front of the blue goal there for a bit. 50 seconds, 48. And there has to be some sort of aggression into the orange end here for the Wambulance boys. Smoke Phase tries to take a shot. Too far off the ball, and that's going to be redirected on from Dronis. Killed by GCG, who takes it mid. A lobber, over to his teammate, and it's going to bounce mid. 30 seconds, Dronis sees that ball dropping to him. Takes some control, Smoke Phase. A whiff, and it's back to the blue corner. It's over, and Smoke Phase wants to try to get this back upfield again, and Wattage just content to kill it. As long as they can hold this 1-goal lead, it doesn't matter how close the Call the Wambulance boys came, because they won't be allowed to win, as 3 seconds left to go and only 9 boost here from Smoke Phase. It's a hit from GCG. It gets it over in front of the orange goal, but Dronis will kill it and avoid an equalizer from Call the Wambulance, and the Shockers, a sigh of relief. They were up 4-0, and still Call the Wambulance able to fight that far back into the match. So we go into game 4. The Shockers only need 1, but you can't exactly say that the Call the Wambulance boys look out of it. We load here into game 4, ladies and gentlemen, and I gotta say, it's almost like we've been watching a shooter, because the first half of the game, it seems like the Shockers fully in control, and then it just seems like the halftime mark hits, they switch sides, and they just have to keep their lead from being lost. But they do it successfully. They're up 2-1 in the series, and just trying to get an early lead yet again, the thing that's been defining their wins. It's just these early aggressive plays. Wattage not quite getting under the ball there. That's going to leave it to GCG. A forced 50. It's deep here into the orange end. Touched past one. That could open up smoke phase, and it does. And this time, it's called a Wambulance off to a strong start. An early goal, supported by GCG. Yet again, a nice hit. Completely opening up smoke phase, and thought it might bounce off the goal for a second, but he manages to sneak it in. So only 30 seconds in, and this time, McCall the Wambulance side at the first goal. Hasn't been something we've seen too many times, and not exactly a good sign here for the Shockers. We know that they can put the ball on target, and now GCG trying just to outplay it past them. Does kind of do it, but doesn't manage to get it far enough into the back that Smoke Phase can play it. So it's going to end up with a ball bouncing mid. Dronis to look to boom it in. And Smoke Phase a forced save, but a save made. As now Wattage dribbling this ball up. That'll be in! And nobody can stop him. Just low boost there on the defense, and GCG can't get himself up in front of that ball. And Wattage, slow and steady, does the trick because nobody gets back up in time to deny him his equalizer. So just into the second minute, we're going to see the Shockers equalizing and a tie game yet again. It's going to be boomed wide. And Dronis to play. Does get it past Smoke. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Or in this case, there's GCG. Closely behind. Trying to block off and does force a 50 mid. Does force it to Smoke Phase, who gets it over to the wall. Gets it up, and now trying just to hit it back past, and Dronis not allowing it, which leaves a boostless GCG. Stranded and confused. Tries to get it mid. Does open up Smoke Phase, but not even much he can do when Wattage breathing down his neck. A demo onto Smoke is going to open up Dronis. GCG's still here, still a threat, so they have to outplay him, but Dronis does. Catches that clear, and it's going to open up a shot. Smoke Phase. Ooh. Forces a 50, ends up turning it back towards his teammate. With zero boost, I would say that GCG appreciating all the help he can get, waiting for that boost, and now fully refueled. So Dronis to play. It's down mid. Wattage does catch the pass, but it's going to be a boom shot down the midfield, as now a race to get back going to be won by Smoke Phase as an aerial shot. Smoke Phase hitting it straight over that last defender to get it wide and in front of the goal, and Dronis does his best to get back, but just can't deny. 2-1. We're almost into the second half, and for once, it's the Call the Wambulance side leading. Smoke Phase on the wall. Isn't quite able to get in front of that ball, but GCG is. Gets it over into the midfield. Oh, doesn't quite connect, but booms it down, and now Dronis, is Smoke Phase going to get back for that? He does, and it's a close save into the corner as Smoke Phase denying an equalizer, a very well-placed one by the skin of his teeth. 37 seconds. Wattage goes up for that ball. It's a bit of a double commit, and that could open up some offensive opportunities here for the Call the Wambulance side, but so far it's just Smoke Phase dribbling it up mid. Gets it to the corner. Dronis tries to play, gets bumped out of the way, but Wattage doesn't and gets it back downfield. Back over to GCG, who does actually somehow brute force it past Wattage, gets a touch to get it past the second defender as well, and now Smoke Phase to fight back in. It's over into mid. Dronis trying to get himself in front and does get a hit on it, but just ends up passing it over to the Blue Boys as Smoke Phase trying to score here, but possession repassed yet again as GCG kills it. It's over in front of the orange goal, and Wattage able to beat out any blue aggressors. That ball bouncing mid. Dronis to touch it over to the wall, and now it's going to be Smoke Phase pinching it out over into the midfield. Wattage to try to do something here, and Smoke Phase just going to come through with a demo, leaves it for GCG. And Dronis getting the first hit, But this time, it's a similar situation to the last game where the Shockers, they need to find something. They're looking at allowing a Game 5, and finally the ball going into the blue end, but quickly killed mid. GCG looks to touch, but Drones winning out that ball, and Smoke Phase just plays it along the wall and gets it away. A demo onto Drones, gonna weaken its offense, as it's going to be a ball caught out by Smoke Phase. Good aggression there from Wattage, opens up Drones, but a pass back to GCG, the force 50 to deny a shot, but it's to the corner. And 33 seconds. Good save from Wattage, a good read onto that slower shot from Smoke, and a hit to Drones. Trying to redirect this, gets it back to the corner. Wattage can't quite read that one in midair, but it's caught by GCG. 20 seconds, has to find the blue net here for the Shockers. They want to try to close this out in 4, but they're not being allowed to, and Smoke Phase just going to keep this ball in the corner. They know as long as they don't allow any shots into their end, that'll be it. And Wattage tries to get it away for all his effort, and it actually will be boomed up the midfield, but caught out by Smoke Phase, and the Wambulance survived to Game 5. That time, Wambulance taking the early lead and holding it the absolute entire time. They take it, they're equalized, they take it again, and no equalizer found, so the Shockers tied up in the series, and it's to be decided in Game 5. So we load here into the final game of the best of 5. It was a hard-fought one, and of course, we did say earlier, both teams are into the playoffs, so this is some good practice. A very good way to get yourself revved up before that little bit of a break going into the playoffs. Of course, it never hurts. If you're called a Wambulance, you do want to try to get yourself up onto that top of the leaderboard, so you can try just to see if anybody will fall by your wayside and open up a little bit of a better seat. What a shot! And GCG actually thought that was going to be a very easy save just to kill it back towards back over into the midfield, but it's a shot from Wattage that just gets allowed in, caught on the top of GCG's hood, and an early lead for the Shockers, and that seems to be a part of their game plan for the whole series. Just trying to get early aggression, trying to get early goals, and just put up an iron wall. The iron wall, we'll admit, has shown some cracks throughout the series, but you're starting to see they're getting it past. It's over to GCG, the lone defender. Hit back to Wattage, and unfortunate for him, he's unable to hit it away, but it's a lucky one as no follow-through there from the Wambulance, a bit uncharacteristic from him. But GCG getting a demo that opens up Smoke. It's a forced 50 from Drones, and that's going to open up GCG yet again. It's back over onto this wall, and it's boomed down towards mid. Bouncing back into the corner, GCG killing Wattage. That'll open up this defense a bit as Drones, the last man here, allowed to play this up, actually almost sneaks into the corner, but it's going to be hit back off the wall. GCG, a boomer downfield. Wattage going to have to save that one, but he does. And finally, a demo onto GCG as Drones may be getting a little bit of sick of having to respawn in his back line. Going to be killing the ball yet again. GCG here to play. 0 boost, so going to be easily beaten, and now Wattage tries to fall back, doesn't quite know how much boost there is on GCG, and the bump going to come through from Drones. That opens up a shot here, but Smoke Phase, no boost, has to fall back. Grabs boost for his trouble, and Drones narrowly avoiding destruction, just sneaking past that car. And Drones tries to follow through, gets the demo onto Smoke, but it's going to be boomed back over into the left field. GCG bumped, but Smoke's still here to follow. Gets it past one. Wattage still there. 0 boost there as well, so no way to get up in time to try to capitalize. Bouncing mid. Oh, Wattage looked like he was a little bit hesitant. He just pulled off just in time because I'm sure he saw he was very close to own goaling that. Would have been a disastrous way to give up the equalizer. But this might be an even worse one as it's going off for a double touch. Drones has to try to read and just doesn't expect the straightforward shot out of GCG. An equalizer comes through eventually for the Wambulance side. Takes a little longer than they're used to. But 5 seconds into the second half, they take their goal back. 2 minutes 25. Met over on the wall, killing it mid. Ooh, touchdown to GCG, and now Smoke Phase has to try to hold off against one, but Wattage wins out. It's over. It's 2 Dronus, and Dronus doesn't miss those. A direct pass straight in front of the goal. Gets it off of Smoke, just straight off of his hood. And Dronus sees an opening and takes it. 130 seconds to go. And the lead won back from the Shockers, looking to get themselves up to a 4-2 scoreline. Ironically, if they do win this, it will be a 4-2 scoreline for both teams. So, going to be sitting pretty close to each other in the rankings after this, if that's true. Otherwise, it'll be 5-1 and 3-3, which is less symmetrical. So, you know. But boom, down into the blue corner. Dronus actually sees that, and he's able to sneak that by into the goal. And how does he do that? He gets up, sees that GCG's on it, and is able to just barely get it in time to sneak it past into an open goal. And the Shockers, they're up 3-1 again, but we've seen this numerous times out of their camp. But they seem warmed up. They seem unwilling to drop it. Can they make that reign true, though? They've got 2 goals to play with, so they can afford to be aggressive. They just don't want to leave their goal too open. And Dronus takes the ball back to the corner. Smoke Phase trying to play this out. GCG reads it. Actually does hit a little bit of a lob, but Smoke not enough boost to exactly turn around 360 midair. So Dronus does get it back over. That's Wattage with an opening. It's off the backboard, and that's going to leave it back towards mid. It's a little bit riskier now. Dronus does kill it. It's over to Smoke, and he's just going to grab some boost and try to play this off the wall. Wattage up here, so it's a little bit risky, but they know that GCG's back. Getting Goomba stomped to the ground there, Smoke Phase, as a little bit of a unexpected person, I guess, lands on his head. Oh! And a close dribble play there from Wattage, denied right about 12 feet from the goal line. Smoke Phase tries to take it, but it's going to be bouncing towards mid, towards GCG. And now Wattage to kill, does slow it down, catches it with the wheels just to kill some momentum, get it into this corner. GCG sets it up for Smoke, but it's denied by Wattage. Back to the corner in 30 seconds, 25. And it looks like as the time keeps ticking, the Shockers are getting closer and closer to getting that 4-2 scoreline. They've played well so far, and Dronus looking to be gifted with a 3rd goal at the end. Just hits it slow, kills even more time from Smoke Phase having to clear it away, and that should do it. Dronus just hits it back towards the midfield line and call the Wambulance. They take 2 games away where they go down 1-3, but they can't take 3, as it's going to be the Shockers taking it 3-2.